Hi everyone, today we will study a topic, past continuous tense. The past continuous, also called past progressive, is a verb tense which is used to show that an ongoing past action was happening at the specific moment of interruption, or that two ongoing actions were happening at the same time. Past continuous forms. The past continuous is formed using was or were plus present participle. Questions are indicated by inverting the subject and was or were. Negatives are made with not. Statement: You were studying when she called. Question: Were you studying when she called? Negative: You were not studying when she called. Past continuous used first. Interrupted action in the past. Use the past continuous to indicate that a longer action in the past was interrupted. The interruption is usually a shorter action in the simple past. Remember, this can be a real interruption or just an interruption in time. Examples: I was watching TV when she called. When the phone rang, she was writing a letter. While we were having the picnic, it started to rain. What were you doing when the earthquake started? Used second specific time as an interruption. In the used first, described above, the past continuous is interrupted by a shorter action in the simple past. However, you can also use a specific time as an interruption. Examples: Last night at 6 p.m. I was eating dinner. At midnight we were still driving through the desert. Yesterday at this time I was sitting at my desk at work. In the simple past, a specific time is used to show when an action began or finished. In the past continuous, a specific time only interrupts the action. Examples: Last night at 6 p.m. I ate dinner. I started eating at 6 p.m. Last night at 6 p.m. I was eating dinner. I started earlier, and at 6 p.m. I was in the process of eating dinner. Use third parallel actions. When you use the past continuous with two actions in the same sentence, it expresses the idea that both actions were happening at the same time. The actions are parallel. Examples: I was studying while he was making dinner. While Ellen was reading, Tim was watching television. Were you listening while he was talking? Use force, atmosphere. In English, we often use a series of parallel actions to describe the atmosphere at the particular time in the past. Example: When I walked into the office, several people were busily typing. Some were talking on the phones. The boss was yelling directions, and the customers were waiting to be helped. One customer was yelling at the secretary and waving his hand. Others were complaining to each other about the bad service. The past continuous with words such as always or constantly expresses the idea that something irritating or shocking often happened in the past. The concept is very similar to the expression used to, but with negative emotion. Remember to put the words always or constantly between be and verb plus ing. Examples: She was always coming to class late. He was constantly talking. He annoyed everyone. I didn't like them because they were always complaining. Clauses are groups of words which have meaning but are often not complete sentences. Some clauses begin with words when, such as when she called or when it beat me. Other clauses begin with while, such as while she was sleeping and while he was surfing. When you talk about things in the past, when is most often followed by the verb tense simple past, whereas while is usually followed by past continuous. While expresses the idea of during that time. Study the examples below. They have similar meanings, but they emphasize different parts of the sentence. Examples: I was studying when she called. While I was studying, she called. It is important to remember that non-continuous verbs cannot be used in any continuous tenses. Also, certain non-continuous meanings for mixed verbs cannot be used in continuous tenses. Instead of using past continuous with tense with these verbs, you must use simple past. Examples: Jane was being at my house when you arrived. Jane was at my house when you arrived. Active and passive examples: the salesman was helping the customer when the thief came into the store. The customer was being helped by the salesman when the thief came into the store. Adverb placement. The examples below show the placement for grammar adverbs such as always, only, never, ever, still, just. Examples: You were just studying when she called. Were you just studying when she called? That's all, students. Goodbye.